Okay, so just come to lay on your back. We'll get going right away. Just getting comfortable. You can be in any position you like, legs extended or feet planted. You just want to make sure that your back body is really heavy into the mat. And then right away, just starting to find some deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. So letting your belly rise on the breath in. And just letting your back body soften, let your shoulders relax on the breath out. And inhaling, just noticing any tension that you're holding on to. And exhale, just do your best to soften. And take just a few more cycles of breath here before we get going. And just clearing the mind of any distractions. And just really finding that rhythm of breath. And then keeping that same quality of your breath, you can just start by rocking your head side to side here. So wake up neck, wake up shoulders. And then begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. You can roll the wrists, roll the ankles here. And just waking up the body. Bring your heels together at the back of the mat. Reach the arms up overhead, point the toes. Take a breath in here, full body stretch. And exhale to relax. One more like that. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, soften. Feet come onto the floor. Pull the knees in toward the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins and give yourself a squeeze. And just gently pulling thighs in as you press down through your low back. If it feels okay, you can rock side to side here. Just massaging out your lower back. Maybe circling with the knees around and around here. And then as you make your way back through center, you're going to keep your right knee in and start to extend your left leg long. Interlace your hands on top of the right shin. And then with the breath here, on your inhale, push out through the bottom of your left foot. So get longer through the left leg. Exhale, squeeze the right leg in. Good. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, pull the right thigh in. Good. You can stay like that, or you can start to circle through your right thigh and hip. So all the way around. You can switch directions, go the other way. And then left knee in, right leg long. Change the grip with your hands. So try to find your non-dominant grip. So on this side, you're getting long through the right leg on the breath in. Left thigh squeezes in on the exhale. And then maybe a bit more movement. Just last 3 breaths here. You can find those same circles. Good. So end of 3rd breath. Right knee pulls in, arms around the shins. Give yourself a squeeze. And then bring your hands onto your knees. Bring your thighs out nice and wide, and then just hug the knees up toward the shoulders. So you're getting into the inner thighs here, but into the hips. Keep pressing down through your lower back. And just breathe into that stretch. Good. A few more. All right, and then bring the knees back together. Start to lift your shins up to a tabletop position, so your knees are stacked right on top of your hips. And then let's extend the fingertips toward the ceiling. So we're just going to wake up our abs here. Draw the belly down. On your inhale, right arm and left leg start to extend here out to a hover. As you exhale, come back through center. Breath in, left arm, right leg extend. Exhale, center. So slow and steady here. Breathe in, reach out. Exhale, come back. Good. Keep moving. Really draw the abs down. Press into your lower back. Good. Just creating a little bit of heat in the abdominals here. We're going to do 3 on each side to finish. Good. Last ones here. And end of that last one, just step the feet down onto the mat distance apart. Toes are just turned out slightly, and your arms can just be alongside here. Press into the feet, lift your hips up just to a hover. Take a deep breath in. Now on your exhale, engage your glutes and start to lift your hips up high. Good, so on the breath in, hips come back down just to a hover. Squeeze your glutes on the exhale as you lift those hips up high. Good, breathe in, lower down. Exhale, press back up. Good, so keep going. Now waking up our glutes and our hamstrings here. And creating a little bit of heat in the back. Moving through 5 more here. Try to stay with that nice, slow, steady pace. Okay, final 3. And that's 2. And 1. Carefully lower yourself down. Keep your feet planted, not distance. Now let both of your knees fall out to the left. Continue the arms out or take cactus arms and turn your gaze to the right. Just a nice little stretch for the lower back. Okay, come back through center and then head right over to the opposite side. Good, come back through center. You can take your right arm overhead, roll onto the right side. Pause here for a moment and take a few breaths. And then whenever you're ready, just transitioning onto your front into a wide-legged child's pose. So knees wide, hips to heels or to a block or a pillow if you like. Let your forehead be heavy, pressing the hips back to, or the hips back to the heels rather. Reach the fingers forward. Yeah, and start to walk both of your hands over to the left side of the mat. Right hand stacks on top. And then press back and down through that right hip. So you're getting really long here through the right side body. Good, let's change sides. Over to the right, left hand on top. All right, and come back through center. Spread the fingers out wide, press into the hands, come forward to tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips here. Now on your inhale, start to look over your left shoulder as you press your hips all the way to the right. And then as you exhale, come back through center. Good, breathe in, looking over right shoulder, hips press left. Exhale, center. Keep moving here with the breath, breathing in over the left shoulder. Exhale. Inhale over the right shoulder. Exhale. Do 2 more on each side. Last ones here. And then we'll head right into our cat-cow. So as you come back through center, breathe in, belly drops down, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, lift the gaze. And exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, drop the head. Good, inhale, lifting up, shoulders back. Exhale to round. Good, 3 more, just like that. Take your time. And last one here. So end of your third, come back to a neutral spine, start to walk the knees back, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, downward dog. So feet are about hip distance, hands are shoulder distance, and just pedal this out here. And just waking up the entire back body. You can rock the hips side to side, alternate bending the knees. Let's take a few more breaths here. Good, so from your downward facing dog, take an inhale, come forward to a high plank, top of a push-up, and then exhale, just holding your high plank. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Good, so inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, hold. Deep breath in. Lift the hips on the breath out. I'm going to do one more like that. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, hold. Breathing in. Lift the hips on the breath out. Good, now sweep your right toes to the ceiling on your inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot through between your hands. Lower your back knee down. And you can just bring your hands to frame the right foot. So you're in a low lunge here. Right hip gently draws back, left hip presses forward. Good, so you're just sort of opening the front of that left hip here, getting into the hip flexor. A few more breaths like this. Good, so from here, hands come to the top of the right thigh, and then stack the shoulders so they're right on top of the hips. So you have shoulders on top of hips, ears on top of shoulders, nice tall back body. Every breath in, try to grow a little bit taller. Exhale, lunge a little bit deeper. And just to your range of motion here. Good, so you're going to keep that right hand on the right thigh or the forearm on the thigh. Bring that left arm up and over for a little bit of a side body stretch. Draw the chin away from the chest. Maybe you turn your gaze up toward the ceiling if that feels okay. Okay, just getting into the spaces between the ribs on the left side. Good. Come back through center. You're going to bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Right hand comes to the lower back. And then you're just gently twisting open to the right. Good. Breathing in to lengthen. Exhale, twisting. Good. Now come back through center. Bring the hands down to the mat. And you're going to tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, downward facing dog. And so walk that out. Just give the hips a sway, bend the knees. And so come forward on your inhale, high plank. Hold on your exhale. And take a deep breath in. Lift the hips back on the exhale. 2 more, just like that. Breathe in, come forward. Hold for the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Left toes reach up on the breath in. Step it through on the breath out. Back knee comes down. Good, so we've been here before. Hands are going to frame that left foot this time. So right back into the low lunge. Left hip just gently pulls back. The right hip forward. Just following that rhythm of breath. Stay connected. And then bringing hands to the left thigh. You can sort of interlace your fingers if you like. Just have your hands separate. Shoulders on top of hips. And tall spine. Growing tall on the breath in. Lunging, breath out. Okay, so left hand onto left thigh, right arm up and over. Okay, breathing. Feel the ribs expanding on that right side. Just creating more space in the body here. A couple more. And then come back through center. Right hand to the outside of your left leg, left hand to low back. Finding that gentle twist. All right, good. Come back through center. Bring the hands down, tuck the back toes under, and downward facing dog. Again, walk this out, back and forth. So a few more of those high planks. So inhale, come forward, draw the abs in, hold for the exhale. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, downward dog. 2 more, just like that. Breathe in, bring it forward. Breathe out to hold. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Last one here, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, lift the hips. Good. Bring the knees down onto the mat. And then have a seat. You'll probably want to turn to the side, or just depends on your space, I guess. You're going to bring your legs out wide. They don't have to come out super wide. I'm pretty open in my hamstrings, but if you're not, your heels are going to be a bit closer. You just want to make sure that your feet are flexed here. So you don't want your feet turning in toward the center. Think about pressing the outer edges of your feet to the wall behind you. Okay, so starting with a tall spine. And if you're feeling this through your inner thighs, your hamstrings already, that's great. You can stay right here, or maybe walk your hands forward slightly. Now, it's not about how far down you can come. It's just about feeling that stretch in your inner thighs, your hamstrings. So your range of motion. And if that means you have to bring your feet really close together, that's perfectly fine. And then just looking for a nice flat back as well. So you don't want to be rounded here. Every breath in, a little bit of lengthening. Exhale, a little bit of a fold. Good. I'm just going to turn sort of forward so you can see a bit better. You're going to bring your right forearm either down to the top of the thigh, or if it works for you, you can bring it right down to the floor or maybe to a block. And you're going to start with your left hand just on your sacrum, so on your low back or the base of your spine. Good. Draw the belly in and then just gently start to roll the left shoulder back as you turn your gaze up to the ceiling. This might be enough. You can stay here. You can bring your left hand to the back of the head, or you can reach up to the ceiling. Keep the core engaged the whole time here to protect your lower back. Maybe eventually you reach sort of up and over. Good. Come back through center. And now just turn to the right foot. And then just a nice gentle fold forward. Sorry about the noise. It's garbage day on my street. All right, let's come back up. And then we'll do that on the opposite side. So again, left forearm comes down either to thigh, to floor, or to a block. Right hand starts on the low back. So draw the belly in, and then the right shoulder just sort of rolls back so your chest opens. And again, you don't have to come super far here. You just want to come to your range of motion. So if you're starting to feel anything that's really restricting or painful, and you've gone a bit too far, and you can stay, you can reach up. Okay, I'm getting into that right side body here. So we focus a lot on the front, the back body, sometimes forgetting about the sides, how important they are for turning and twisting, taking deep breaths. Good, so keeping the abs really strong again, start to rise up, take your time, turn to face your left foot and just a nice passive fold forward. Should feel a nice sort of release in that right side. And then come back up. So to get out of this, you want to bring your hands behind you, lean back a bit, and then plant your feet. And then you can just give your knees a bit of a sway here. And we'll start to make our way down onto our backs. So as you come onto your back, just going to close the window. As you come onto your back, you're going to plant your feet so they're about hip distance apart. So hip distance apart and parallel for the last couple of poses here. And just slide your hips a few inches over toward the right. If it's available to you, you can cross the right thigh on top and let knees fall over to the left. Stay heavy through your shoulders and turn your gaze to the right side. All right, carefully come back through center, unwind the legs, slide the hips over to the left, crossing left thigh on top if you like, knees to the right, coming into your twist. And if your knees are really far away from the ground, it's a good indicator that maybe you need to use a prop underneath, so a pillow or a block or a cushion, just anything you have to close up that space. All right, take your time, come back through center, recenter your hips, bring the soles of the feet together, and let your knees fall open. Bring your right hand onto your stomach, bring your left hand onto your chest. Close your eyes, and just take some really deep breaths here. And just letting the body relax and soften. You can stay like this or start to extend your legs out long. Bring your arms alongside and turn your palms up toward the ceiling. Make any last adjustments so you can settle right into stillness here. I'm just noticing the breath come back to its natural rhythm, its natural pace. And letting your muscles, your bones be heavy. No effort here. And so when you go to get up from your mat today, just try to move slowly, take your time, maybe press onto one or roll onto one side and then press yourself up from there. This is where I leave you this morning, and I will be back next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the sunshine. It looks beautiful outside.
Thank you, Annie.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for the class. I will. You too.
I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.